Now, hours after the Grand Mufti of India, Kanthapuram, AP Aboobacker Musliyar office released a statement saying that Nimisha Priya's death sentence has been overturned, Abdul Fattah Mahdi, the brother of a slain Yemeni businessman Talal Abdul Mahdi, has publicly demanded the immediate execution of Nimisha Priya, the Indian nurse convicted of murdering Talal in 2017. In a social media post, Abdul Fattah shared a formal letter addressed to the Attorney General of Yemen asserting that his family continues to seek a full enforcement of the retributive justice verdict without delay. He also refuted claims made by the office of Kanthapuram AP Aboobacker Musliyar that an agreement has been reached during a meeting reportedly attended by officials from northern Yemen, an international delegation, and a group of scholars deputed by Sheikh Habib Umar bin Hafil to revoke the death sentence and decide on the further course of action. Abdul Fattah slammed the delay, saying that his family has categorically rejected all conciliation efforts and mediation attempts given the crime exceeded all bounds. He called on the authorities to fix a new date for the execution, insisting that the right to justice was granted to his family by both divine and earthly law. My colleague Vivek is joining me right now to get us more details. Vivek, take us through what exactly lies ahead as far as Nimisha Priya's execution is concerned, because the External Affairs Ministry has so far not released any statement, although the
Yes.
Grand Mufti has made an announcement saying that there is a sense of relief for Nimisha and her family.
Yes, the recent statements by the Ministry of External Affairs has put Nimisha Priya's family clearly in the back foot at this point of time, mainly because yesterday evening there was a claim from Aboobacker Musliyar's office, that's the Grand Mufti's office, that the execution is being stayed and that Nimisha Priya could return anytime. But for this, the MEA did not clarify. The central government also did not clarify on this matter. And today morning, the central government, the MEA, has put out a press release, has formally informed the media that there was no such information that's been claimed, that's been conveyed from the Yemen authorities to India, and there is no, middleman at this point of time. So basically, the family of Nimisha Priya, especially the husband, mother, and the daughter who's currently in Yemen is clearly under pressure at this point of time, because there is clearly a lack of communication. And also remember, in this particular case, the deceased person's elder brother Abdul Fattah Mahdi has put out a Facebook post, and he has also sent a letter to the Attorney General of Yemen, saying that the execution should be done as per the laws of the land, especially the Sharia law. And he said that they are not willing to go back on this particular matter. Yes, there has been talks going on between the various stakeholders in this case. Samuel Jerome, an activist, has been speaking to the family of the deceased number for the last 1 year. Also, Aboobacker Musliyar, that's the Grand Mufti's office, has been speaking with a Sufi saint, in Yemen, and they were in turn speaking to the family of Mahdi at that point of time. But even in that time also, there has been a clear difference of opinion between a certain political leaders in that area, certain activists, and also as a large section of the family of Mahdi has been opposing stopping the execution. They say that the execution should be done because it is they say that there are clear evidence to state that Nimisha Priya was the person who has killed, Talal Mahdi, and there is no going back as far as this matter is concerned. But since this became a very sensitive issue, and also various stakeholders, including the central government, was involved in this, there has been a lot of confusions,
Right.
and
Vivek,
also
kindly stay with
the
us. I will have to interject you over there because we are joined by J.K. Tripathi, who's been a retired officer of the Indian Foreign Services. Mr. Tripathi, good morning. Thank you for taking your time and joining us over here at News9. Take us through what can we now expect given Nimisha Priya's pending execution. Of course, there have been hectic parleys taking place between both sides, counterparts between India and Yemen. While there is an announcement from a Grand Mufti about a relief for Nimisha Priya, there is no official announcement from the government's end so far.
You see, there would not be any official announcement by the government because it is not official. You see, according to the Islamic law, Sharia law, as practiced in Yemen, when there is a murder, it has two parts. One part is that eye for eye thing, doctrine, that the murderer should be killed. The other is that besides this, there should be some financial compensation given to the deceased. So, and according to Sharia, the victim's family can ask for blood money, and if the blood money is given, the victim's family can agree to release of the accused. So we cannot officially interfere in the Sharia law as practiced in Yemen. What we can do is the diplomatic efforts and behind and non-legal efforts like Mufti's intervention. Mufti said that he has his friends in Yemen. So if all this pressure, unofficial, paralegal pressure can be put on Yemeni authorities, or not only authorities, but Mahdi's family, then probably Nimisha Priya could be, could escape the hanging. So, but you see, the postponement of the execution by Yemeni authorities itself shows that there had been some consideration among the authorities in Yemen by authorities, and probably there had been some softening of attitude on by Mahdi's family also. So my view is that we should continue keeping pressure diplomatically with high officials of Yemen, and also through the clerics of India. That's the only way that it can be done. And maybe if they agree for blood money or a reduced blood money, which is affordable by Nimisha Priya's family, or if government intervenes and government funds that, only then it will be possible to stop hanging of Nimisha Priya and save her life.
But Mr. Tripathi, in the past also when blood money was offered to the Mahdi family, they had outrightly rejected it. Even now they maintain that they are in no mood to entertain any efforts of reconciliation or mediation. Then given the circumstances then, if the onus lies with the Mahdi family and they are not willing to, walk the distance, then it appears that the execution can be delayed, but can it be put away entirely?
Well, yes. If they still insist, it cannot be put away. But since it has been delayed, and this delay itself shows that maybe there may be some reconsideration in Mahdi family about this. And we should take advantage of this and put pressure through the clerics and through diplomatic channels to save her from execution.
But Mr. Tripathi, what efforts can be made from the Indian government's end? Of course, they are trying to be in touch and all communication channels are being explored to try and ensure that Nimisha Priya is saved. But it appears that even government is running out of options now.
Yes, but still we should not give up. I mean, you see, as I said, according to Sharia, nothing can be done. So legally, we don't have to resort to legal channels. The only thing is that if we put pressure on Yemeni government, and Yemeni government puts pressure on Mahdi's family. So I don't know how much pressure Yemeni government can put on the Mahdi's family, and whether they would succumb to it or not. It is not. We don't know. nevertheless, we should keep on trying till last moment.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tripathi, for taking your time and speaking to us over here at News9. My colleague Vivek continues to be with us. But Vivek, we did hear what the retired officer of the Indian Foreign Services, Mr. Tripathi, had to say. He maintains that India must continue its effort to build pressure and perhaps they arrive at a blood money that's going to be affordable for Vivek, for Nimisha Priya's family. But in the interim, he also goes on to say that the onus lies with the Mahdi family. Because even though the execution can be delayed, but a decision on it can only be taken if the Mahdi family is willing to reconciliate.
Absolutely true. As far as this matter is concerned, it is the final word lies with the family because as per the law, the Sharia law, and as far as what I understand from the sources is that it's only if all the family members agree that they are going to pardon Nimisha Priya, that she can her execution can be totally overturned. Remember, her fate is clearly hanging in balance at this point of time because there is a clear, distinctive, a difference of opinion between the family and the authorities. Now, that is a major problem. Even though the Indian government and also people like Aboobacker Musliyar and other clerics were trying to persuade the leaders out there and also the community leaders. Remember, this is particularly, an area which is highly sensitive, and here Sharia law has been enforced in its full sense, and hence, it's very difficult for them to go back on this. Once the family has said that they want the execution, to make them understand and overturn the decision is a huge process. Now that is exactly what the family of Nimisha Priya, the mother, the family, and also Samuel Jerome, the Indian authorities, the Grand Mufti, everyone are trying to make them. But even though Samuel Jerome for the last 1 year he was been trying to meet the deceased person's brother, Abdul Fattah Mahdi. Many a times they were unwilling to, but at one point they did speak to them. But what we understand is that they are going strong with this particular decision. It looks like, but when we
Yes.
speak to the family members, especially the husband of Nimisha Priya, he says that he's hopeful that the family will listen to their words and
Well,
finally
Vivek, we
pardon
all
them.
are hopeful that eventually the Yemeni government is going to show mercy and Nimisha can return home. But in the interim, we will be getting our viewers with all the updates on the story.